A Radcliffe police officer is recovering after he was hurt during a traffic stop, according to the Radcliffe police chief. This happened around 11:15 last night on Centennial Avenue in Radcliffe. We're told the officer was performing a traffic stop when the 17-year-old driver took off and dragged that officer. An officer was taken to University Hospital in Louisville with injuries, but is expected to be okay. The driver was arrested. All right, now to our big story this morning. It was another day of late drop-offs for JCPS students in the district's third try since that transportation meltdown nearly 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, this time the last student arrived home by 7:48 p.m. It's a 2-hour improvement from the first day of school's late drop-off of 9:58 p.m. But a lot of JCPS parents say they still had issues with transportation. Jim is joining us live now in the studio to give us some more details on what parents say they're dealing with. Jim, 2 hours is better, but again, 7 is pretty late.
Yeah, and that's kind of where JCPS is coming in with this as well. They're essentially saying 7:48, it's not ideal, and they are acknowledging that. But also, I mean, it's better. That's good, right? I mean, like you said, a 2-hour improvement over what we saw on August 9th. And it's actually just a little bit later than what we saw on Friday when middle and elementary school students went back. And from a district point of view, some of what we saw yesterday that slowed down those buses can be chalked up to things that you would normally see during the first week of school. Now, that doesn't really comfort all JCPS parents. We caught up with one parent in particular whose student got off at the wrong stop yesterday, and she found her son walking along West Ormsby Avenue about a 21-minute walk away from where he was supposed to be dropped off at.
God, he was older and he wasn't an elementary school kid. Thank God. Gave him a big hug and I was like, you want to talk about it? He was just like, I felt like I was in trouble.
We also spoke with other parents who described Monday as a big improvement on what they actually saw on the first day of school back on the 9th. And for plenty of those parents, yesterday inspired some optimism that things could continue to get better in the coming weeks. And we know that the last bus cleared at 7:48 p.m. last night, but we actually don't know that was the last time, that was the time when the last student got home. Remember, one of the short-term fixes that the district put in place involved using vans to take kids back to school depots or to schools themselves if there was no parent at the bus stop waiting for them. Now, we're going to be working to find out when those last vans cleared yesterday as we go on today. Guys?
All right, Jim, thanks so much. Now, without reliable bus transportation, some JCPS parents are taking on the responsibility of driving their kids to and from school themselves. Some parents say they have no choice. Kay Taylor says her student has the wrong bus information. Danielle Ferris says the district's transportation department told her she'll have to drive her kids for now.
They're telling me they do not have a bus for my kids and they don't know when they will have one for them. And I have to take them from downtown to J-Town every day, trying to make ends meet to put extra gas money in my car to go back and forth, and not having really a reliable car to do that is really bad for me right now.
The responsibility of being a car rider can be challenging for families, especially when they have several students ranging in age and grades at different schools. JCPS School Board member Dr. Corey Scholl told us the district is working hard to make the bus transportation commute easier by trimming more bus stops without children on them. This will hopefully get students home 15 to 30 minutes earlier than what we're seeing currently. For more details on the district's revised transportation plan, you can click on this story at WHAS11.com.
More local news now here at 5 after 6. We've learned the name of the man who died in a moped crash in South Louisville. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office confirms Christopher Heller Jr. was killed when he was hit on Taylor Boulevard. He was 20 years old. Police say it happened Saturday night around 9. They say the young man was traveling south when another car making a left onto the 264 ramp hit him. Nobody else was hurt.
And the man who allegedly shot his girlfriend in the foot at the Kentucky State Fair has pleaded not guilty. 19-year-old Amari McClung is charged with wanton endangerment and carrying a concealed deadly weapon after his handgun fell from his waistband and discharged, hitting his partner's foot. She was taken to the hospital and McClung was arrested. His bond is set at $10,000 and he's been ordered to have no contact with his girlfriend or the fairgrounds. McClung is expected back in court next Tuesday.
Indiana's near total abortion ban, which was supposed to begin August 1st, is now in effect. The state Supreme Court decided not to rehear arguments about the ban from the ACLU. That allowed the new restrictions to immediately go into place. Now, abortions are only allowed in Indiana cases in situations of rape or incest up to 10 weeks and up to 20 weeks for deadly fetal anomalies or to protect the life of the mother.
The law carries criminal penalties. The law carries the potential of a doctor losing their license. This is an extreme law that inappropriately intrudes politicians into private medical decisions.
The new law also requires abortions only be performed in hospitals or hospital clinics. Organizations like Planned Parenthood can no longer provide abortions.
The closing of abortion clinics is a major victory for unborn babies. And we're sending a message to the rest of the nation that when we choose to stand together in love and compassion for pregnant mothers and unborn babies, we can save lives, we can improve lives, and we can help build a national culture that values and respects every life.
Indiana Planned Parenthood clinics had already stopped performing the procedure earlier this month. The organization says it will now use a navigation team to help women travel out of state.